Hello, and welcome to Around the Arena. I am your host, Zachary Kennedy, and let's get started. So, this is episode 6 now. We're going to be talking about the women's rugby team. So, we're going to start out just with the rosters of the team. I did know a player who has graduated, Madison Wilhelm, wanted to shout her out. She was a big advocate for the rugby team at the women's level at Westchester. And she absolutely loved it. She loved the coaching. She loved the practices, the exercise it involved. She was a very physical player, and she was a real big advocate for the women's rugby team. Just wanted to shout her out. And hello, Maddie. So let's start out with the roster. We're going to start out with Christelle Alsey, Emily Almoni, Erica Arnold, Taylor Baldwin, Halla Brill, Brooke Crago, Taylor Diorazio, Olivia Eckerd, Candice Fougere, Michaela Gallagher, Ellie Gorham, Samantha Gouveia, Kirsten Gray, Georgia Hand, Vanessa Hasenhadzik, Angelina Heisey, Ty Hickey, Sophia Hoyer, Liz Johnston, Ann Colecchio, Michaela Keisel, Bridget Kowalski, Katie LaCosta, Sophia Lasonio, Jade McCool, Sarah McNicholas, Jordan Melnick, Caroline Metzgar, Alyssa Miller, Mia Moore, Faith Morley, Ellie O'Mara, Mariella Paul, Ava Prodakowicz, Bayla Schindeldecker, Heather Spangler, Katie Wallenberger, Carly Welsh, and finally, Chrissy Zeno. So the rugby team has a coaching staff that is strictly one main head coach, and that is Tony DeReamer. Tony is the only head coach for the women's rugby team. He's now entering his 19th season at his alma mater. He is also a Westchester graduate. And during his 18-year coaching career at the varsity level, he's guided this team to 1 national championship, 6 conference championships, and 8 appearances in the USA Rugby tournament. He has been a staple at this university, in this program, and I wanted to shout out Tony DeReamer. Let's just also talk about his overall record. He has a winning percentage of 63.4%, which is absolutely excellent. That record stands at 145, 83, and 4. So one of the big years this team had in the past was in 2019. It was his first ever and the team's first ever undefeated season in school history, and they culminated their first national championship that year. They were 11-0 and defeated Brown University in the Tier 2 NIRA, which is a National Intercollegiate Rugby Association. The Tier 2 title game, an absolutely excellent achievement. And Coach DeReamer has been outstanding on all levels. But just some of his amazing seasons include in 2004, his first year as head coach, the team went 12-5. Excellent. They made it to the USA Rugby tournament, and they made it to the EPRU championship game. Some of the other major years this program has had was obviously, as I said, 2019 2020 was their 11-0 perfect season, and they were Tier 2 national champions. Excellent job there. Obviously, with 2020 to 2021 being off due to COVID, they could only play in the spring of 2021. And last year they went 7-4-1, which is a great regular season record. But they actually ended up going to the Tier 2 championship game and falling in that game. So over the 18-year career that this coach DeReamer has been there, they got a national championship. They have 6 conference championships. He's the guy you want leading this team, and he's obviously done an excellent job with these young ladies and creating a team that works together, has chemistry, and continues to be successful, which is even better. So just to recap this year for the rugby team, so they are 2-4 to start the year, and that is okay. 2-4. They're 2-2 in conference. That's going to be a major part of making it to the USA tournament, having that conference record. So they're 2-2, and they lost their last 2 games, but they've also had some amazing games. And this was at the University of New Haven to open the season. They won 66-0. I mean, what an impressive showing for the women's rugby team there. And then they had some tough losses. United States Naval Academy, their rugby team. That's a tough game they had. September 24th it was, at home, and they lost 20-10. Just a tight loss. Such a shame for those girls. They also played at home against Queen's University of Charlotte, and they lost 20-0 in that game. Tough loss for the girls there. But they responded with another major win at Lander University in South Carolina, and they won 48-7. They ended up losing their next 2 games, but now they will enter what they've had is the Frostbite Sevens tournament. That's a tournament with Princeton involved. That's a tournament with Navy, obviously Westchester, and it's been a tough year for the girls record wise, but knowing the veterans on this team, some of the girls, the coaching, I'm sure they're going to turn this thing around and make a push for the USA Rugby tournament. So now let's talk about the statistics on the team. So I'm just going to go down the list of total points. So points includes tries, which is, for those of you who know football, try is practically a touchdown. So tries is 5 points. Conversions are 2 points. Penalty kicks are 3 points. And drop goals are 3 points as well. So the leader in points for the Westchester women's rugby team is Brooke Crago, and she has 26 points, which is absolutely fantastic. She's played in 4 games, started in 3. To have 26 points like that, she's a major help to this team. She's an offensive powerhouse, and it's just a crucial part of this women's rugby team. Second most points is Ty Hickey with 16. Tied for third is Erica Arnold and Emily Almoni. They both have 15 points. And then a few others have 11, 10, 6, and then a bunch of 5-point games. A lot of contributors in this bracket. So as for the Frostbite Sevens, this was in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. This was a tournament, and the women did great. It was Marywood. They won 26-5 against Marywood. They then played Binghamton, and they won that 15-10 in a nail biter. Just one more try can really change everything. Scoring that final try, scoring a try early in the game that ends up withstanding. Like I said, same way as football, you get a touchdown early in the game, you get a touchdown late. You get a try early, you get a try late. It's a major help to winning these close games, 15-10 there. Delaware University was the other win in this tournament, and they won 41-0. Unfortunately, in the championship game, we did take the loss, but it was an excellent tournament from all the girls. Now, as for April, and this is the Westchester Sevens tournament, the girls showed out. Home tournament. What an excellent 2023 tournament this was. Against Princeton University, they win 12-7. Absolute fight. Princeton has an excellent program. All of their sports, academics, Princeton is a powerhouse. For us to win 12-7, set the tone for the tournament. We then play Navy, who we've lost to earlier in the year. We play Navy, win 26-5. Excellent win. And then Mount St. Mary's, we did take the L to Mount St. Mary's 29-7, but then faced them again in the championship game and got the win 12-5. So overall, just an excellent year for the women's rugby team. Obviously, they started out 2-4 outside of tournament play, which has then led to a successful 2 tournaments, one making it to the championship, the other winning the championship, which is absolutely outstanding and just a pleasure. So now the next sport we're going to cover in the Westchester program and on around the arena is the cross country and track and field teams. So we're going to morph both together, cross country and track and field. It's going to be difficult to dig into details of each event in track and field, but the goal of the podcast is going to be just to set the groundwork, get people's names out there, get the rosters out there. Just getting these schedules out helps overall, just helps the program get people to these events. I know a lot of family, friends will show up to these events, but it's good to get students there. It's good to get alma mater, some old Westchester Rams there, get these people to these events and show support, because the bigger the support, the bigger the program grows, the bigger Westchester as a whole grows. And that's what you really want for your university. And Westchester's, they've just been on an amazing path. Just with academics, I couldn't be happier with how I've gone through the education here at Westchester. The sports, all of the coaching, the fields, the stadiums, everything seems to be a well-oiled machine at Westchester University, especially at the Division II level. And they operate like a Division I program. It's really great to see. So, yeah, next week's going to be track and field, and it's going to be cross country. Now, the other teams we're looking to talk about, there's a few different ones, and I'm going to hint at a few that we will be finishing with. Up for grabs is the tennis team, the swimming and diving team, the field hockey team, the gymnastics team, and potentially the lacrosse team. I'm not going to say which one will be the following episode after track and field and cross country, but those are the options we have. One of them will be covered. I understand that some of those sports might not be spring sports. We're looking to really just, for this podcast, bring everything together at Westchester as a whole and give these programs the love and support they deserve. They truly do. So that does it for Around the Arena episode 6. As I said, next week will be episode 7. It will be the track and field and cross country team. We will dig into rosters, scheduling, statistics, and really continue this podcast the way that it's been going and the way that it will finish. And as I said, the next week could consist of swimming and diving, could consist of lacrosse, could consist of field hockey. You will have to see. So thank you for joining me on Around the Arena, episode 6. I am your host, Zachary Kennedy, and I will see you next time. Thank you.